This July, it's digital first, nation first, republic first.
Republic has always stood for the nation. It has always prided in putting India first. But in the digital news ecosystem, in the way that it has functioned with impunity for decades, there are some and many who have done everything to oppose the nation, to go against Indian interests, to parrot an anti-India fake news narrative across the world through digital. It is time that we change it once and for all. So this July, it's digital first, nation first, republic first.
For too long, there's been a free run for those who want to create a narrative against India in the digital universe. Now, the guise of journalism over all these years has been used to carefully build a narrative that goes against Indian interests. The facts are whitewashed, lies are projected to stitch up this so-called digital news ecosystem that is apologetic about the pride in our glorious Indianness. And it's time to put that digital media in its place and unleash the force of nationalism in the digital news space. And this July, it's time for disruption once again. This July, it's digital first, nation first, republic first.
Republic has always stood for the nation. It has always prided in putting India first. But in the digital news ecosystem, Rahul Gandhi's US visit back in focus.
George Soros' intentions to destabilize a democratic elected government in India. When it is known to every Indian what George Soros intends to do, why is Mr. Gandhi hobnobbing with those who are funded by George Soros?
Jamat affiliate helps Rahul in US, debating tonight at 9 p.m.
2019 में नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने कहा था, देश में नरेंद्र, प्रदेश में देवेंद्र, क्या वही देवेंद्र फडणवीस उप मुख्यमंत्री रहते हुए खुश रहेंगे?
देवेंद्र फडणवीस का जो वजूद है वो बीजेपी के कारण, अगर वो वजूद बीजेपी हट जाए तो कोई वजूद नहीं है देवेंद्र फडणवीस। इसलिए मेरी पार्टी मुझे जो कहेगी, मेरी पार्टी ने तो मुझे उप मुख्यमंत्री बनाकर सम्मान किया, मेरी पार्टी बोलती चपरासी बनो तो भी मैं बन जाऊँ।
Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 9. Presented by Amity University. Powered by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, NECC, Century Ply and Epson Eco Tank Printers in partnership with Mind Super App and beyond.
Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. If the Congress has nothing to hide, if the Vadra Congress has nothing to hide, then why are they getting all nervous when people are asking questions about who Rahul Gandhi was meeting quietly, silently, a little visibly on his trip to the United States? Now, the Vadra Congress has booked the BJP's Amit Malviya for sharing a video which shows Rahul Gandhi collaborating with foreign media to spread an anti-India agenda. It's not just the BJP, a lot of people have said so. Have they said it without fact? Have they said it without basis? Is Rahul Gandhi getting support? Is the Vadra family getting support from people with a Soros connection? The question is simple. Is there a direct or indirect Rahul Soros connection? Didn't Rahul Gandhi meet someone called Sunita Vishwanath? Isn't Sunita Vishwanath executive director of the group which led the Dismantle Hindutva campaign? Was Rahul Gandhi aware that he is meeting someone who's leading a Dismantle Hindutva campaign? Did he not know, ladies and gentlemen? What's the point of filing an FIR here and there about it? Sunita Vishwanath, who had these closed door meetings with Rahul Gandhi, has co-founded the Women for Afghan Women, which lists the Open Society Institute and the Ford Foundation as its donors, and has served on its board till January 2022. Did Rahul Gandhi not know about this Soros link, or is it the Soros link which bound them? Why should these questions not be asked? Of course they should be asked. This same lady allies with organizations like the Indian American Muslim Council, which receives funding from Soros-linked groups and which lobbies within America to declare India as an unsafe place for religious freedom. Is there a quid pro quo relationship between these groups and Rahul Gandhi? Why should these questions not be asked? Wasn't Rahul Gandhi aware that he's talking to people who are part of the Indian American Muslim Council, which in turn paid $55,000 for lobbying the United States Commission for Interreligious Freedom against India in 2013 and 2014? This is a serious matter. If you're cohabiting with people who are receiving money to act against India while you're on a foreign trip and the pictures are out in the public forum, why should questions not be asked? Why should they not be asked? Ladies and gentlemen, these are serious questions. Who are the points of contacts for these meetings for Rahul Gandhi when he was in the United States? Who were part of the organizing committee for Rahul Gandhi's events? Is it a coincidence that these are the same people who have links with the Indian American Muslim Council, with people who carry out an anti-India agenda, whose life's mission is to abuse India and attack India? How can you even share a stage with these people? Have quiet conversations with these people? This is the Tukre gang, and if Rahul Gandhi is openly speaking, consulting and discussing with them, what's wrong with asking the questions? Ladies and gentlemen, debate number one today, the Soros connection. The allegations of the Soros connection to the Rahul Gandhi trip, top debate tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, 10 o'clock this evening, the most explosive political interview of 2023 with Devendra Fadnavis for the first time since the new Maharashtra government took over. That's unmissable at 10 o'clock, and here are the headlines this Wednesday evening on the debate tonight. It's the most explosive interview of 2023. Devendra Fadnavis speaks out for the first time after the formation of the Shinde government.
पवार साहब हमारे साथ थोड़ी चुनकर आए थे, उन्होंने हमारा उपयोग किया स्ट्रेटजी की, हम लोगों को मिसलीड करके वो निकल गए. इसको ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा आप ये कह सकते हो कि डबल प्लेइंग जिसको कह सकते हैं.
Big embarrassment for Sharad Pawar. Fadnavis reveals everything about how Sharad Pawar was leading negotiations with the BJP in 2019, says he played a double game and had to then backed out at the last minute.
आज उनको ये लगता है कि मुंबई में उनका वोटर बेस कम हुआ है, नॉन मराठी में भी कम हुआ और मराठी में भी कम हुआ है. तो उनको ये लगता है कि इस वोटर बेस को अगर हमको कंपेंसेट करना है तो मुस्लिम अपीजमेंट करके वो वोटर बेस हम साथ में लाएंगे तो हम चुनाव जीत जाएंगे.
He is unsparing on Uddhav, accuses the Uddhav of open Muslim appeasement and deliberately dropping the Hindu Hriday Samrat title. नहीं, यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड के बारे में बात करने के लिए हिम्मत नहीं है.
दिखानी चाहिए भाई, बाला साहब ठाकरे के बेटे हैं, दिखानी चाहिए.
और अगर अवॉइड करे तो क्या प्रूव होगा?
बताने की आवश्यकता नहीं, देश की जनता जानती है.
Devendra Fadnavis dares Uddhav Thackeray to openly declare his position on the Uniform Civil Code.
कोविड सेंटर में आप जब भ्रष्टाचार करते हो, कितने लोगों की जान से आप खेल रहे हो?
डायरेक्ट फिर उंगली तो उद्धव ठाकरे पे जाती है।
उठेगी तो जरूर, क्योंकि आपके हैंडलर्स है।
और वो अगर कहें कि मुझे पता ही नहीं है,
तो एविडेंस में ध्यान में आएगा, पता है कि नहीं है। इट्स अ मैटर ऑफ इन्वेस्टिगेशन।
रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी उनकी बनती है कि नहीं?
बनेगी, क्यों नहीं बनेगी?
COVID scam in Mumbai is a disgrace, says Devendra Fadnavis, says Uddhav's political handlers will be held responsible.
When it is known to every Indian what George Soros intends to do, why is Mr. Gandhi hobnobbing with those who are funded by George Soros?
BJP questions Rahul Gandhi's intentions and meetings on the American visit becomes extremely controversial as talk of his direct link with Soros-linked groups and individuals comes in the open. As the Vadra Congress resorts to FIRs over caricature videos of Rahul Gandhi, the BJP hits back very hard. They say this time, the Vadra Congress cannot duck the real questions the whole country is asking on who exactly Rahul Gandhi was meeting on his America trip, and the links allegedly to George Soros, the meetings with people linked to the Indian American Muslim Council, the links with people who are funded by George Soros. In fact, it appears to me, while trying to be aggressive about the issue, the Congress has ended up exposing itself. Let's debate.
Karnataka police filed an FIR against BJP IT cell chief for tweeting this video against Rahul Gandhi.
रागा एक उम्मीद, एक इकलौता विकल्प है, भारत के लिए नहीं बल्कि भारत विरोधी शक्तियों के लिए। रागा ने खुद को एक मोहरे के रूप में पेश किया है ताकि भारत को तोड़ने में उनका इस्तेमाल किया जा सके। रागा विदेशी ताकतों का मंचूरियन कैंडिडेट है।
BJP then released a dossier, bringing the focus back on Rahul Gandhi's US visit.
Is it true that Sri Gandhi met Sunita Vishwanath during his trip to the United States of America, when it is known to every Indian what George Soros intends to do? Why is Mr. Gandhi hobnobbing with those who are funded by George Soros in the public domain, who will research how the registration process for NRI interaction with Mr. Gandhi in New York ensued, will find contact of a gentleman, Tazim Ansari.
Regime change agent George Soros has made his intentions clear.
Modi is silent on the subject, but he will have to answer questions from foreign investors and in Parliament. This will significantly weaken Modi's stranglehold on India's federal government and open the door to push for much-needed institutional reforms. I may be naive, but I expect a democratic revival in India.
And now, whether it is the presence of Soros Foundation Vice President in Bharat Jodo Yatra or Soros-funded Sunita Vishwanath helping Rahul Gandhi in the US, the Congress has maintained silence on the charges of hobnobbing with Soros network. Can a larger game plan be ruled out? Let's debate.
Nalin Kohli, Ishkaran Bhandari, Arti Tikku Singh, Sandeep Ghosh are with us tonight. And we have Pankaj Sharma, Manasvi Thapar, Lokesh Jindal of the Congress, Nilanjan Das and Nikhil Jain. Now, when you are treading on thin ice, which Rahul Gandhi is, it's good not to try to be aggressive. If you're treading on such thin ice, if you've gone and met these people, if you have gone and met people who are funded by Open Society, funded by Indian American Muslim Council, and if these people like Minhaj Khan, who is a part of the Indian American Muslim Council, are coordinating with the Congress, then actually in the process of trying to be aggressive, you are opening yourself up for a lot of questions. So, my first question, Lokesh, did or didn't Rahul Gandhi closely associate with people like Minhaj Khan? Minhaj Khan, who is a part of the Indian American Muslim Council. I repeat, the Indian American Muslim Council, which is a well-known anti-India organization in the US. Anti-India, works against India, lobbies against India, and takes money and pays money to lobby against India. Now it has come to light that allegedly Rahul Gandhi has coordinated in this visit with people like Minhaj Khan, who are a part of the Indian American Muslim Council. Is this true? Is this true? Have there been these alleged associations with members of the Indian American Muslim Council during this trip?
Arnab, on the basis of some irrelevant facts, you are accusing Rahul Gandhi of treason, and it's a serious charge. Smriti Irani and all other people who are accusing Rahul Gandhi of this, they are defaming him, and that is something which is highly irresponsible from somebody who is member of parliament, who has held ministerial positions, and who is a politician. It is something that the lady should be ashamed of. Secondly, when I'm talking about the present dispensation, it should be more worried about inflation, unemployment, what's happening in Manipur, rather than coming out with certain pretext to somehow duck the responsibility and try to again criticize Rahul Gandhi. Let me tell you again, criticizing Rahul Gandhi again and again is not going to bring India to development. The present government is simply trying to hide its impotency, its inability, its complete lack of expertise in dealing with governance, and is trying to somehow make Rahul Gandhi as the person responsible for everything. It's a typical trait of narcissism, gaslighting and denial, where how this particular government is acting, and it's taking the country to extreme form of darkness. I condemn the statement that was delivered by Smriti Irani, and the decision that was taken by the Karnataka government in filing the FIR was the right thing to do. It's high time that whoever comes up with any form of accusation must be responsible enough to defend it in the court of law.
Okay, so thank you for all your poetry, but you did not answer the question. Did Rahul Gandhi meet a person, as has been reported, called Minhaj Khan, right, who organizes anti-India campaigns? Huh? I didn't hear.
The government has all the investigative agencies. If it is doubtful for any form of such an interaction, it can carry out an investigation. No, the present government can carry out an investigation and do whatever it wants to do.
But
who's stopping the government?
But did he meet this person?
I was not accompanying him.
Is it good to meet these kind of people?
If the government is so much sure about it, let it carry out an investigation.
Is it good to meet these kind of people?
Well, let the government decide.
What business
would
you
have
all the
investigative agencies?
But what business can you possibly
So let the government investigate.
No, but what business can you? What would you discuss with an anti-India lobbying person? What would you discuss?
I think the government should investigate if it is so certain.
Okay, Nalin, he's not denying it. Very interesting, viewers. I watched this very carefully. He's not denying it. He's saying, I dare you to investigate. Nalin, are you investigating? Or are you just, raising a red herring out here?
So I have 4 points to raise, Mr. Goswami. The first is, Mr. George Soros is essentially a businessman. He's accumulated wealth. And with that money that he's accumulated, he has taken upon himself, as he says, I am naive, I would like to take on democracies and speak about democratic values. It's interesting that Mr. Rahul Gandhi chooses to associate with people connected to Mr. George Soros, but refuses to actually connect with the people of India, on whose shoulders democracy runs. It's absolutely fascinating that you are looking for help for a foreign national, ignoring the wish of Indian citizens, who are the actual voters who make this democracy. And that too, amazingly, after the Congress party has won 2 elections where voters have reposed faith in them. Karnataka recently and before this Himachal. So Mr. Rahul Gandhi is proving either he's confused or a bundle of contradictions. Point number 2. You are meeting people who don't have faith in India. So let us say there is this Indian American Muslim Council. So these are essentially people criticizing India because they don't have faith in India. They don't have love and affection for India. And you go there and you start hobnobbing with them. Let me take it to another level. For example, let me say, a terrorist organization, any terrorist organization, creates a foundation called democratic rights and citizen values. Does that change the agenda of that organization? It doesn't. So names are not to be taken at face value. What the position of the people is who are in that organization is more important. And we know what Mr. George Soros and his foundations and associate foundations and the Indian American Muslim organization, whatever, stand for. In all of it, there is no denial from Lokesh, which is the most critical thing. But he did say something very important, and I compliment Lokesh ji for it.
Yes.
He said that if a person, not just about the investigation, he says it is about time for Amit Malviya, he said, people who make accusations must face the consequences in a court of law. So Mr. Rahul Gandhi in the UK has made accusations about democracy being dead in India. So I think Mr. Lokesh has pointed out that Mr. Rahul Gandhi should be in a court of law facing these kind of things. Because this is exactly what is the issue say. If free speech, if Amit Malviya says something, he deserves the FIR and must face it in a court. And on the same free speech argument, if Rahul Gandhi denounces democracy and seeks foreign help, Lokesh ji is obviously saying that he welcomes a court of law investigation.
Sir, you are a senior lawyer. Sir, and you must acknowledge that the statement given by, or the act done by Mr. Malviya invites the defamation clause as per the IPC and not the statement that was delivered by Rahul Gandhi. Both are entirely different. The statement, the animation of Mr. Malviya is a person
please
specific.
Finish. I'll answer.
He is directly accusing Rahul Gandhi of sedition, trying to wage war against the state. That is something that is highly irresponsible. That's a serious charge against him. He is inciting some form of a hatred towards a person.
Lokesh ji, Lokesh ji, I've got the point. Let me answer that. I've got the gist of it. But Lokesh ji, Rahul Gandhi ji goes out and denounces the whole democratic reality of India. He's basically saying what Mani Shankar Ayyar ji said in Pakistan, inko hataiye, humko laiye. So that is not exactly Desh Bhakti. Are you saying that that is in the interest of India? And Rahul Gandhi says, what is America and UK or Europe doing about this? After being an elected member of parliament in a party that has won 2 elections.
Let me put it more precisely. I think, no. What he's saying, Lokesh, let me explain what you're saying, because I think you've been completely misunderstood by Nalin. What he's saying, Nalin, is that in order to save democracy in India, Rahul Gandhi will use the Karnataka government to arrest anyone who puts out a cartoon. That's what he's trying to say. Ishkaran is on the debate. Point. The absurdity of the situation is not lost on all. That the absurdity is not lost on all right now. I think there's a touchiness factor here, Ishkaran. There's some factor. Let's scare them all. Otherwise, they'll keep asking questions about who we met, why we met. Let's scare them all. Let's put a few FIRs. Let's arrest Amit Malviya. That seems to be the idea as of now. Ishkaran.
Arnab, firstly, Mr. Jindal should know it is not a defamation case that has been filed. if at all, let's assume Mr. Rahul Gandhi felt that what has been said about him is defaming to him, that's perfectly his right to go to court. But it is a police machinery being set into motion with significant penal sections being invoked. That has been done. Now, if that happens, then every political speech, including Mr. Lokesh Jindal daily sitting and asking questions to Mr. Kohli or anybody in BJP, would result in an FIR on him, on everybody. Is that the sort of press freedom index, the public discourse index we want to have? And let us be very clear, if you have the state government,
is that cartoon so dangerous?
Anything can be arrested.
I don't want to play, viewers, what are we discussing here?
Political speech, you're doing it. But the larger question, Arnab, if a senior public figure, if a senior politician signs an agreement with China, should the public not know it? If a senior public figure, if a person who's been the president of a national party goes to US, meets people, should people not know whom he has met? These are very basic democratic principles. That if there, 1 second, don't interrupt, I didn't interrupt you, you'll have your turn, I didn't interrupt you. So if there is an agreement with a country called China, with whom we are having significant tension at the border, should that agreement not be in public knowledge? If you are meeting people from Indo-Islamic, God knows whatever councils, then should it not be in public domain? These are very basic questions for any mature democracy to answer. What is the problem in this? But if, 1 second, why should, if you investigate foreign visit, you will say invasion of privacy, people are going there. I am saying that first principle,
you have ED,
if a political party
all
signs
forms
an
of
agreement with some other country, should it be in public domain or not? That's a very simple question for democracy.
Is saying on the debate right now.
No, 1 second.
It is a very simple question. Why can't you address
the counter question being tonight? Okay, Eureka moment on the other side tonight. Eureka, he says, where is the proof?
Where is the proof?
Where is the proof, he says, Aarti? Eureka moment, yeah.
Indian American Muslim Council as some sort of a terrorist organization.
No, let him complete, Aarti. Wait.
The BJP
He's all charged up.
George Soros as some anti-India character. Where is the proof for that? The BJP is completely insinuating, and fake news is going on with the BJP's, at the BJP's command. I don't understand. Where is the proof of any of this? Indian American Muslim.
I'll tell you a story. I'll tell you a story. All
the daily bites of George Soros is not proof.
Tell your viewers the facts.
No, I want to tell you a story.
Mr. Kohli, please give evidence to that. Please give evidence to that. And why is the Indian foreign establishment not moving against a person who's openly advocating against India, who is tying up with so-called terrorist organizations, as you believe? Where is the proof? On the other hand, George Soros was crowned by Forbes as the most generous giver in the world. 64% of his net worth has been distributed. No,
there's a Soros fan among us tonight.
Just a facts fan. Arnab, I'm just a facts fan. Where is the proof of any of what BJP is saying?
Aarti is on the debate. Aarti.
It's quite astonishing, Arnab, that these people who are defending Rahul Gandhi today are giving him such a free pass for either Rahul Gandhi is really ignorant, he didn't know whom he was meeting, he had no idea that he was going to meet the people who have been supporting jihad in Kashmir. He didn't know that he was supporting the same people because of whom my community became a victim, was subjected to ethnic cleansing in Kashmir. Perhaps Rahul Gandhi did not know it. But what about the fact that now that all the facts have come in the public domain, why didn't he sack all his organizers? Why didn't he come out with a statement? Why didn't he come out with a statement that my organizers messed up? I didn't know who I was meeting, because all the information about ICNA, and I actually have a very long history with ICNA. If you remember, I was at the US congressional hearing where an entire Pakistani setup, which was actually anchored around ICNA and CARE, they were the ones who stood against India, who were testifying against India, and these people, Rahul Gandhi and his coterie, this entire set of advisors and his entire set of organizers, they are the ones who are responsible. But Rahul Gandhi should actually sack them if he has an iota of common sense, because he's actually insulting the victims of terrorism in Kashmir, the victims of terrorism.
No, this is the thing is what has happened here is, and viewers, what has happened, I think Congress has landed itself in a soup. You know, if they didn't make a big deal of it, we would not be doing a program asking who he met, why he met, what the links are, why is Rahul Gandhi meeting a well-known pro-Pakistan, anti-India people while he's on a foreign trip. But now the question will have to be asked, Manasvi, and instead of responding, I think you should ask the same question that I am. Pankaj, Rahul Gandhi, there is a picture. A question asked about proof. May I please present you evidence number 2 tonight? A picture of Rahul Gandhi meeting a lady called Sunita Vishwanath. Can I put it on the screen, please? Now in this exhibit, which I am placing before you, the lady there behind Rahul Gandhi in a very, very private closed-door session, she is the co-founder of the Women for Afghan Women, which is getting funding from George Soros and has served on its board of that organization which has been funded by George Soros. And she regularly allies with organizations like the Indian American Muslim Council, which are well-known anti-India, pro-Pakistan groups. Now my question here is it okay to have these people in a meeting with you in such a important closed-door session? And what is this meeting about? Now, this is not a fake picture. The picture has emerged. It is being hotly discussed. And I think, Pankaj, we deserve an answer on it. Also on whether it's true that he also simultaneously held meetings with a person called Minhaj Khan, who is part Sandeep of the Indian American Muslim Council. Now, is this true? If these are true, then I think it is better to clarify, Pankaj. I think it must be clarified. Defiance will not do.
Can I respond?
No, let Pankaj respond, then I'll come to you. Yeah.
See, if Sunita Vishwanathan or Minhaj, if they are involved in some kind of illegal criminal activities, take action against them. Tell me one thing.
No.
What is India?
What do you mean take? I'm asking you, the question is not about them.
What is
the question is why is Rahul Gandhi meeting these people allegedly? Why?
I don't think Rahul Gandhi was hobnobbing with any.
So what was he doing with them
during his US visit?
No, what was he doing with them? The meeting, the pictures there. Can you put the picture up? What was the meeting about?
No.
Can I put the picture up?
Are they persona non grata?
No.
Are they persona non grata?
No, but then if somebody finds out about their background,
are there any criminal charges pending against them?
No, but you know their links, so you can't deny them.
Please tell me what is IDRF?
I'm asking about what is IAMC. I'm asking about IAMC, Indian American Muslim Council. I'm asking about IAMC. IAMC.
I'm asking about IDRF.
I'm asking about IAMC.
IDRF.
And ICNA, which is a group. If you okay, now tell me one thing, Pankaj.
In India.
Pankaj, there's a group called
such
ICNA.
Organizations and its affiliates were creating false narrative against the Union government between
forget that. Are you telling me this was a coincidence? This meeting? Was this meeting a coincidence? Manasvi, controversy is becoming bigger here right now.
Same forces are spreading fake information against opposition now.
No, but the information is there, the pictures are there, so why are you touchy about it? Okay, Manasvi, I didn't make up this picture. I have not put out the chronology of events. It's out there in the open now.
No.
It's out there in the open. I think more questions are being asked. You should see the feedback I'm getting on Twitter. Yes, Manasvi.
Yeah, Arnab, you have given Pankaji one minute. Please, Pankaji. Arnab, you have given all the exhibits to the BJP. I think whenever there is a question asked to the BJP, they come up with these pictures and everything. But the reality is, these are questions being asked by the people of this country. But what is the action a 9-year-old Sarkar is taking against a person so-called who's waging a war against this country? Why don't we do, who's not even an MLA, not an MP, not a president of even a bloc political party? But why is BJP just coming and giving questions? Why don't they take any action against Rahul Gandhi?
Nalin can answer that.
Simple question.
Nalin, if there's all this evidence,
BJP
why don't you take action?
Why is BJP protecting Rahul Gandhi? If he's such a danger to this country, why are you protecting him? Why don't you form a JPC against Rahul Gandhi and tell the country what was that MOU all about with China? What were the meetings all about?
Just because, may I answer? If you repeat the same thing 3 times, it's not going to add value. Your question remains the same, whether you say it once, twice or thrice. Na, Manaswani ji. So let me come to this, Mr. Goswami. The Congress party and its supporters have a fascinating approach. Why don't you file an FIR on Rahul Gandhi ji? Why do you not do an investigation? Why don't you file a case in court? When a case takes place in court, they call it a conspiracy. I mean, Rahul Gandhi ji opened his mouth and basically said, "Ye sare log Modi naam ke saath jo hai chor kyun hote hain?" Somebody filed an FIR. That went to court. He gets disqualified under that. He doesn't get a stay. So then they immediately say this is a conspiracy. Why was a 2-year sentence done? Why was it done like this 1 year before the election? So either way, the Congress party is desperately and its supporters trying to create a platform for Rahul Gandhi ji. Bhai, aap FIR bhi kar dijiye ताकि हम कह सकते हैं देखो ये आप इनको कर रहे हैं. Another spokesperson will say, why are you so interested in Rahul Gandhi ji? Price rise is the issue. On this very show, you have two contradictory stands. One person says that, the other person says you do an FIR. FIR kare, to you will say that it is a conspiracy. You are
I have another angle on this. 1 minute. And I'd like to read a couple of responses on the Motorola moment. Couple of responses which are flying, by the way, on the Motorola moment. One, Shekhar Gramo, these Congress supporters coming on the debate may themselves be funded by Soros. I don't know. MD Kumar, some Soros appointment of Rahul Gandhi as captain to dethrone Modi will eventually fail. Shobha Chandler, high time to eradicate from the nation such a breed of anti-India lobbies who are willing to sell the country. Right? Then we have Arvind Vishwakarma. George Soros is a known anti-Hindu and Modi hater. His only agenda is to disintegrate India into several countries. And this is what Rahul Gandhi is advocating. Okay, somebody's put out a meme out here of Soros holding the cards on Rahul Gandhi. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I just ask you this. Go back to the facts out here.
Add on that.
I add a fact on this right now. Okay, say we did not meet or say we met and we give a damn about what India thinks. I say this. This is about perception, not illegality. So I can get it right, Sandeep. This is about what the country thinks. You have two responses the Congress can give. Yes, we met. We give a damn for what you think. We will meet anti-India forces. We will meet people linked to Indian American Muslim Council. We will meet pro-Pakistan people. We don't give a damn what India thinks about it. Otherwise, option 2, we did not meet. It's one big lie. I feel there are only two options in this. If the debate's already viral, the picture's out there. And the stories become bigger with the action of the Karnataka government. Sandeep.
Arnab, I think Congress has already said that. Sam Pitroda, the other day I saw an interview, he said he has met some people in public, some people in private, and at the moment we are not in a position, or not disclosing whom he has met in private, we are keeping it private. So it's almost like, he said after 2019, hua to hua, he is now saying mila to mila. So they are not at all apologetic about how, and he is now trying to say mila to mila. And I'm not surprised by this. Before 2014, the opposition tried to use foreign lobbies or whatever to keep Modi out. 2019, we know Rahul Gandhi had done the same circuit, but perhaps not as blatantly, not as aggressively. He had started from Berkeley, ended in New York, and that was also chaperoned by Sam Pitroda, and they said that was a strategy, and he has been doing the same thing in Cambridge or Oxford or other places, so-called bad-mouthing India. Now this time they are far more blatant, and they are invoking, much more, I think, openly, blatantly foreign intervention to play into India. The problem is, Arnab, there is the section who are anti-Modi or supporters of this thing. They don't find anything wrong in this, and in fact they are welcoming this because they are saying this is the only way perhaps the Modi government can be derailed. But the challenge therefore remains of the Modi government, and these persons who are talking about it from the US, whether it's in the media, whether it's in think tanks, or whether the Soros's, proteges or themselves, they think they have been able to dethrone powers or make regime changes in other countries. I think the challenge for Modi's India is whether India is in that league any longer, or we have risen above that league where foreign meddling or statements by even some ex presidents or foreign politicians and these kind of people who are capitalists who have earlier in some form supported and succeeded in regime change, whether they can still pull it off in India. I think that is the test, not just
Modi's India.
Test for India.
Obama is Modi's best friend, I guess.
No, it is Indian democracy.
It is people's India.
If
not Modi's
these people
India.
have the gumption, let them overthrow Modi by
It is an India of the people of India.
Okay, exactly.
So for you, it is only Modi.
Yeah,
India.
exactly. If that's so, no. That's precisely my point. That's precisely my point. If you have to overthrow Modi, overthrow him with the people of India. You don't have to go and invoke Americans and foreigners to overthrow Modi. That's precisely the point. You don't have to plead to Pakistan. You don't have to plead to Americans. Okay, but please. So,
not to one individual.
Absolutely.
For you,
absolutely. So let use the people of India. No. It is for you guys because you failed twice miserably in 2014, 2019. To overthrow Modi by the people of India, and therefore you are seeking today
Stop reading the script, sir. Stop. Enough of it. Enough of rhetoric.
Please listen.
He's reading out from some Oxford University notes.
No, it's not rhetoric. If you could overthrow him, you should have overthrown the Indian people in 2019.
One minute. Sandeep.
Let him come in 2004.
Sandeep. This rather cute video, which has rattled the Vadra Congress so badly. I was going through it.
The BJP is rattled.
I was going through it. And I want to know this 2-minute 20-second video for which the Congress is about to arrest and put in jail Amit Malviya. I want to know what is wrong in it. Here's a question. This caricature of Rahul Gandhi, I will not comment on whether you can make a caricature, says, in which Rahul Gandhi is saying, India is not a nation, it is a nation of divided states just like the European Union. As far as I remember, Nalin Kohli and Nilanjan, that is, no, 1 minute, that is exactly and effectively what he said at Cambridge University in May 2022.
Yes,
Did he not say that? Did he not say that? Did he not say that? Stop shouting, did he not say that?
This is the problem with Arnab.
What is my problem?
Arnab, you are the mainstream version of Amit Malviya. This is the fact.
Bharat shall be a union of states.
India, that is Bharat, shall be a union of states. It is the Article 1 of the Constitution.
Read that Article 1.
Read the Constitution.
I will repeat to you.
Read the
and
Constitution.
I think the problem with you is not your illiterate. No, Nilanjan, listen to me. Nilanjan, let me teach you how to do a civilized debate. Let me teach you how to do a civilized debate. The problem is not with the fact. The problem is not with the fact that you're illiterate. The problem is that you are confident about your illiteracy and you are proud of it.
And you are not illiterate actually.
You are proud of your illiteracy. That's your problem. Now the question is, the caricature also shows Rahul Gandhi saying, Nalin, not only Muslims, Dalits, Sikhs, all are being persecuted in India. India is not a safe place for minorities. That is effectively what he has said at the diaspora event in San Francisco. Are you embarrassed about what he has said? Did he not say that?
What is wrong?
Did he not say that? India is not. What is wrong? So nothing is wrong. So nothing is wrong. It's being repeated in the cartoon. And why are you getting arrested? Why do you want to arrest Amit Malviya about it?
Smriti Irani talks on every subject.
First of all, stop freaking out.
Her own ministries.
First of all, don't freak out. Yeah. Now I'm getting. If you got a BP under control, I'm getting knowledge.
I'm not freaking
every
out.
statement.
Let me wish the country
Every statement in the cartoon has actually been made by Rahul Gandhi. Every statement in the cartoon has actually been made by him. And you want to arrest Amit Malviya for it.
Eid Mubarak.
I don't understand. We're reproducing what the man said. Why do you want to arrest somebody for reproducing what he said? If there's anybody to be arrested, go arrest Rahul Gandhi for saying it.
During this government,
maybe because they can't arrest Rahul Gandhi, that's why they're doing this.
Right now, Nalin and BJP and Congress.
Honestly, maybe Mr. Goswami, you've raised an important point. Maybe they are not in a position to arrest Rahul Gandhi ji, na, because of these statements. So that's why they are finding another target.
What is the harm in repeating? I repeat, Nalin, 1 minute. I repeat here, Lokesh.
Is it not adding a tone?
Nikhil.
Is the video not adding a tone to it?
Nikhil,
only statements by Rahul Gandhi?
Nikhil, general knowledge moment. In this video that Amit Malviya shares, for which you are about to interrogate him, arrest him, and I don't know what, you'll take him to the gallows after that, poor man, is terrifying future that he has ahead of him. Now, the question is, in this video, Ishkaran, the caricature of Rahul Gandhi, I'm not saying Rahul Gandhi, the caricature of Rahul Gandhi says Muslim League is a completely secular party, there is nothing non-secular about the Muslim League. Wasn't this exactly what Rahul Gandhi said at the Washington Press Club?
Well,
wasn't that what he said?
Wasn't
that what he said?
When he was talking about Muslim League, that is the Muslim League in Kerala. It's not the Muslim League with which Hindu Mahasabha had formed an alliance and formed government.
And the question was about the IUML. The question was about the IUML at the press club. You forgot?
So IUML, when Rahul Gandhi
IUML is in Kerala, forgot?
IUML, he was talking about the general manner in which IUML has been functioning.
Ishkaran responding on this.
Arnab, the problem. Arnab, that is exactly the problem. That is the problem. If the hypocrisy of Mr. Jindal, if Assam police somehow exceeds its jurisdiction, which I have said very often they do, then they jump. But what Karnataka police is doing here, taking away the basic right in democracy of asking question, they want to defend it and say, no, please put the person in jail. That is the reality here. Let us be very clear. There are forces, there are forces outside India which want to harm India. There are forces outside India which want to divide India. There are forces outside India which have a very well established agenda to destabilize democracy in India. So if 1 second, if questions are being raised,
Sir, Manipur to Sambhal nahi raha.
What did you mean? What is the problem in
Manipur to Sambhal nahi raha. Crisis Sambhal nahi raha.
No, I'm sorry. Lokesh. Lokesh,
come in. What is this thing on Manipur?
Nalin.
1 minute, Mr. Goswami, I wish to come in. Mr. Goswami, how dare somebody speak about the Northeast and a serious problem there in this kind of a tone? Manipur to nahi samajh. There are people there suffering. There are people there who are in trouble. The Home Minister spent 4 days there. He is more concerned about India and less concerned about being abroad, like Rahul Gandhi sitting there and running down Indian democracy. The Northeast has burned. What do you mean? The Northeast has burned all the tenure from 1950 onwards.
Why are you incapable of...
You did not even build roads in the Northeast. Lal Denga had to walk 7 days on the hills to go and give his matriculate exam. Mr. Goswami, 1 minute. Mr. Goswami, I didn't interrupt. Mr. Goswami, I didn't interrupt.
1 minute.
Mr. Goswami,
just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. 1 minute. No, 1 minute. We have a situation now. We have a situation now, and one point I want to make here. On a lighter note. On a lighter note, I just want to tell you, if somebody says something stupid, and that is repeated in a cartoon or verbatim, or if a person embarrasses himself by saying all kinds of things, and he is ridiculed for it, like Rahul Gandhi has been ridiculed for the ridiculous comments that he has made on his American trip. And if that invites arrest, then Lokesh, you should have arrested Rahul Gandhi in 2014 after he gave me an interview and said all those things.
Arnab,
did you not see the interview? You should have arrested him. Why did you say all these things? Arrest him.
For an IQ to what he says, who put everything in wrong context, then I don't
understand the context. In the video, Lokesh, 1 minute. Lokesh, in the video, a caricature of Rahul Gandhi says the whole scepter thing, Sengol and all.
That entire video
that Shashtanga Pranam is a funny and needless exercise. I wouldn't do that event. Didn't Rahul Gandhi say exactly that in the San Francisco event? He said exactly that. The cartoon of Rahul Gandhi is saying what Rahul Gandhi actually said himself.
About that incident. We have debated enough.
But then you put out
what the entire symbolism.
Oh, for God's sake, look, you're confusing me, man. Didn't Rahul Gandhi put out a lot of videos of Basavaraj Bommai taking money, 40% commission? Then Rahul Gandhi should be arrested for putting out Basavaraj Bommai cartoons.
See, you have falsely, without following the procedural law, you have already disqualified him as a member of the parliament. And in fact, Mr. Nalin Kohli knows himself very well that how the procedural law was completely sidelined and how illegally that
what do you mean to say procedure of law?
No, sir.
A court is passing an illegal order.
No, sir.
Are you saying that the courts are entities of illegality? But you just said that. You said it on the show. I didn't.
Why did the individual suddenly approach the...
No, but you just said it's an illegality. So you are saying a court order is an illegality.
Suddenly approach the High Court and look at the flash speed within which this entire judgment was delivered.
The question is not the individual. You said it's an illegality, the order. What has that got to do? The individual didn't write it. The judge wrote the order. So are you saying
okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's a sharp debate. And when I come back on the other side, Devendra Fadnavis says that it's an absolute shame that Sharad Pawar can't own up for what he did. And in fact, he tells me in the interview that Sharad Pawar led the negotiations with the BJP to form an NCP-BJP government in 2019 and then played a double game. Not just that, he also talks about Uddhav's Muslim appeasement and makes an open charge that corruption during the COVID scam is something that the Thackeray's cannot wash their hands off. That first big interview since the new government in Maharashtra took over, Devendra Fadnavis, unplugged in a few minutes.
Nation first means no considerations apart from putting India first. Nation first at Republic means chasing the story and telling it as the facts tell you it is before the nation. Nation first is confrontation to dig out the truth and put it before the nation. Nation first means questioning and demanding accountability so as to uphold democracy. What does nation first mean to you? Send us your thoughts on video via WhatsApp on 73044343881. Or upload it on your own social media handle with the hashtag #NationFirst. We'll take some of your videos on air and the sharpest responses will get limited edition Republic merchandise from us with a surprise.
Nation First at Republic is simply about putting India first. It is about putting Indians first. It is about putting Indian interests first. It is also about putting Indian forces first. It is about putting the tricolour first. What does Nation First mean to you? Send us your thoughts on video via WhatsApp on 73044343881 or upload it on your social media handle with the hashtag Nation First. We'll take some of your videos on air and the sharpest responses will get limited edition Republic merchandise from us with a surprise. Republic has always stood for the nation. It has always prided in putting India first. But in the digital news ecosystem, in the way that it has functioned with impunity for decades, there are some and many who have done everything to oppose the nation, to go against Indian interests, to parrot an anti-India fake news narrative across the world through digital. It is time that we change it once and for all. So this July, it's digital first, nation first, Republic first.
For too long, there's been a free run for those who want to create a narrative against India in the digital universe. Now, the guise of journalism over all these years has been used to carefully build a narrative that goes against Indian interests. The facts are whitewashed, lies are projected to stitch up this so-called digital news ecosystem, that is apologetic about the pride in our glorious Indianness. And it's time to put that digital media in its place and unleash the force of nationalism in the digital news space. And this July, it's time for disruption once again. This July, it's digital first, nation first, republic first.
Republic has always stood for the nation. It has always prided in putting India first. But in the digital news ecosystem, in the way that it has functioned with impunity for decades, there are some and many who have done everything to oppose the nation, to go against Indian interests, to parrot an anti-India fake news narrative across the world through digital. It is time that we change it once and for all. So this July, it's digital first, nation first, republic first.
For too long, there's been a free run for those who want to create a narrative against India in the digital universe. Now, the guise of journalism over all these years has been used to carefully build a narrative that goes against Indian interests. The facts are whitewashed, lies are projected to stitch up this so-called digital news ecosystem that is apologetic about the pride in our glorious Indianness. And it's time to put that digital media in its place and unleash the force of nationalism in the digital news space. And this July, it's time for disruption once again. This July, it's digital first, nation first, republic first.
Republic has always stood for the nation. It has always prided in putting India first. But in the digital news ecosystem, in the way that it has functioned with impunity for decades, there are some and many who have done everything to oppose the nation, to go against Indian interests, to parrot an anti-India.
Motorola, India's best 5G smartphone brand.
नहीं यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड के बारे में बात करने के लिए हिम्मत नहीं है उनकी।
दिखानी चाहिए भाई, बाला साहब ठाकरे के बेटे हैं, दिखानी चाहिए।
और अगर अवॉइड करें तो क्या प्रूव होगा?
बताने की आवश्यकता नहीं, देश की जनता जानती है।
The Whiting School of Engineering at Johns Hopkins University, the top 7th ranked university of the US, and Amity University have partnered to offer master's and doctoral degrees in engineering. Study partly in India and partly in the US or fully in India. For details, visit amity.edu/WSEJHU.
For too long, there's been a free run for those who want to create a narrative against India in the digital universe. Now, the guise of journalism over all these years has been used to carefully build a narrative that goes against Indian interests. The facts are whitewashed, lies are projected to stitch up this so-called digital news ecosystem that is apologetic about the pride in our glorious Indianness. And it's time to put that digital media in its place and unleash the force of nationalism in the digital news space. And this July, it's time for disruption once again. This July, it's digital first, nation first, republic first.
Nation first means no considerations apart from putting India first. Nation first at Republic means chasing the story and telling it as the facts tell you it is before the nation. Nation first is confrontation to dig out the truth and put it before the nation. Nation first means questioning and demanding accountability so as to uphold democracy. What does nation first mean to you? Send us your thoughts on video via WhatsApp on 73044 34381. or upload it on your own social media handle with the hashtag #NationFirst. We'll take some of your videos on air, and the sharpest responses will get limited edition Republic merchandise from us with a surprise.
Nation First at Republic is simply about putting India first. It is about putting Indians first. It is about putting Indian interests first. It is also about putting Indian forces first. It is about putting the tricolor first. What does Nation First mean to you? Send us your thoughts on video via WhatsApp on 730-4434-381 or upload it on your social media handle with the hashtag Nation First. We'll take some of your videos on air, and the sharpest responses will get limited edition Republic merchandise from us with a surprise. Republic has always stood for the nation. It has always prided in putting India first. But in the digital news ecosystem, in the way that it has functioned with impunity for decades, there are some and many who have done everything to oppose the nation, to go against Indian interests, to parrot an anti-India fake news narrative across the world through digital. It is time that we change it once and for all. So this July, it's digital first, nation first, Republic first.
For too long, there's been a free run for those who want to create a narrative against India in the digital universe. Now, the guise of journalism over all these years has been used to carefully build a narrative that goes against Indian interests. The facts are whitewashed, lies are projected to stitch up this so-called digital news ecosystem that is apologetic about the pride in our glorious Indianness. And it's time to put that digital media in its place and unleash the force of nationalism in the digital news space. And this July, it's time for disruption once again. This July, it's digital first, nation first, Republic first.
Republic has always stood for the nation. It has always prided in putting India first. But in the digital news ecosystem, in the way that it has functioned with impunity for decades, there are some and many who have done everything to oppose